Hey guys, so today we are going to be talking about the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. This is packaging it came in. I already took it out. It's already used. But I'm just going to be reviewing this for you guys. It's going to be my first impression. I've been wanting to try it for a while because I have a beauty blender and I'm in love with my beauty blender. But it's getting old and getting dirty and I really didn't want to buy another one because they're pretty expensive for just a sponge. So I thought I would give this one a try and tell you guys my thoughts. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so today we are talking about the Real Techniques sponge applicator thing. It's called the Miracle Complexion Sponge. I'm testing it to see if it's better than my beauty blender because my beauty blender is amazing, but it's like $23 or something. And this was only like $6 at Ulta is where I found it. So I'm really pumped to try it. If it's just as good, if it's even like slightly as good, I'll probably be using this instead from now on because I don't really want to pay $23 for something I can get for $6. So we're going to try it out today and see how it goes. Okay, right off the bat, before I dampen it, I can tell that it is a little bit stiffer than my beauty blender, which may or may not be a bad thing. You know, I just think that the stiffness may mean that it is denser and won't soak up quite as much product as you're using it, so that could be a good or bad thing depending on how you look at it. If you use too much product, that could be a bad thing because a beauty blender usually does a good job at taking away any excess product, whereas one that's denser like this might just leave it on and you could get cakey easier with a denser sponge. The upside to that could be that you don't lose as much product, meaning you're not wasting any foundation, or concealer, whatever. You're not wasting any product in that sense. So depends on how you look at it, but I'm gonna go dampen this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've dampened the sponge and it is about 3 times its size, much like the beauty blender. It's a little bit softer now that I have dampened it. Packaging said that you could use this wet or dry. I've never used my beauty blender dry, so I don't know that I would use this dry, but it could be something you could experiment with. We're gonna use it wet today. Let's get started. I have already primed my skin for my foundation. I used Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Minimizing Primer. That may or may not affect how this works. I always use a primer, so it's not going to make the biggest difference for me in terms of how this applies because I don't know anything different than using primer. So we're going to go ahead and apply our foundation. I'm using L'Oreal True Match, like always. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this flat side and blend it out. So far, it's doing a pretty nice job. I am noticing a difference in the stiffness. It's a lot stiffer than the beauty blender. I don't know that I like that per se, but I didn't cake on too much foundation at all, so it shouldn't be a problem in terms of not soaking up enough product. I'm using dabbing motions just like I do with my beauty blender. Just like I do with my beauty blender. I know I've said that like a jillion times. Really, that's why I'm testing this out, is to see if it's as good as my beauty blender. And I've heard people say that it is, and I've heard people say that it isn't. So I thought I'd better just try it, and we will just see. Okay, so I'm liking this. Okay, yeah, I'm liking this so far. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to test that out on concealer as well. So let me put that on. Yeah, it looks so good. Okay, I'm going to use the pointed side just so I can get in there a little bit better for this. I don't know that I like this for concealer as much, just because, I don't know, it feels a little bit bulkier underneath my eyes than my beauty blender does. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but it feels a little bulkier. But other than that, it's blended things out pretty well. Okay, I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will let you guys know what I think completely in a sec. So, hold on. Okay, so I'm back to talk about my final thoughts on the Real Techniques sponge. I don't remember what it's called. What's it called? Okay, hold on. Miracle Complexion Sponge. Overall, I do like it. I don't not like it. It works well. It does its job. I think it blends out my foundation really well. The only things that I don't really like are it's the stiffness of it. Just doesn't feel as bouncy as the Beauty Blender. So when I'm putting it on my face, it's just, I don't know. It's something to get used to. It's not that it really, really bothers me or anything like that. The good things are it is less than half the price of a Beauty Blender. So, I mean, you can't beat that really. So overall, I will be using this. I probably will purchase another Beauty Blender in the future because I like it just a tad bit more. But for now, this will totally do the job. I like it enough. So I like both. I'm going to use both. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions. It's my first one. I'm doing another first impressions today on the NYX brow pencil. So check that out if it's up. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.